I'd like to politely request a recap of what the fuck we were doing when we last
Yeah,
played.
alright. That seems like
Yes,
a good idea I
please.
was going to anyway. Let's see. From my vast recollection, that I'm definitely not just reading off of my outline that I drew up here. No, okay. In the previous session that actually meant something, you guys got the hint somehow. Oh, you staked out the Dormangald's house, the dwarf who you gave the silver to. Yeah.
Got it.
One of his associates was leaving his house. You chased him down in the town square and kind of interrogated him. And he told you to go to Honeyheart, which is where you are right now, to meet one of his associates because you wanted to kind of work your way deeper into the whole illicit trade business. So you got to the village, went to the inn that he told you to go to at the right time of day. You talked with the elven man with the blonde mullet who told you to, if you wanted to gain their trust with him, you had to break into a blacksmith's house who lives just outside of town. And that you'd have to coerce him somehow into working for you and the organization that he represents. And that's really what you were doing. And then there was a small thing where the candle maker wanted you to go into the woods, and you politely declined to do anything about that. And I'm pretty sure...
It was outdoors, and there was a skunk man.
We noped the fuck out of that shit.
It just didn't seem like a situation we wanted anything to do with.
Yeah,
None of
I could
that.
tell you wanted nothing to do with it, in the way that you just left.
Sir, have you read The Gift of Fear? Okay, we knew when to get out.
And I think that's about the high and the low of it. We'll say... I do remember the guy told you that this blacksmith kind of throws a party every Saturday night, for in fact it is Saturday right now, and he advised that you kind of wait around until morning to go, pay him a visit, if you know what I mean. And we'll say that right now is about evening time. So if there's any last things you need to do, any preparations you need to make, any sleep you want to sleep, then I recommend you get that done in a quick and timely fashion.
I probably need to sleep.
I mean, you're giving me the option between doing things and actually sleeping. I'm going to choose sleep.
That is an excellent point. I gotta say, about 8 times out of 10, I would definitely agree with you there.
Yeah, I think I'm good.
Yeah, I'm out of spells, but I think I should be good otherwise.
Alright, and luckily that's nothing a good old long rest won't fix. Alright, so everyone's just agreed, going to sleep and heading out in the morning?
Sounds
Yep.
good to me.
Right-ho. Then in that case, you settle down in your nice soft beds, and or, straw-stuffed mats. This isn't exactly the most highfalutin of places. Settle down for an excellent night's sleep, and after the events of the day, and after the events of the day that you didn't do, you're so just bone-tired that you fall into an excellent, restful sleep, and wake up bright and early, with all of your health replenished, all of your spells back, magical energies replenished during the night, hit dice, recovered, and what have you.
Beautiful.
So, anything up on the docket, or just heading out towards Old Man's Forge?
I'm good.
Yeah, I should be good too.
Alright. Hold on. Alright, you find yourselves, once again, walking out of the inn with a purpose in your step, and hopefully a mission that you will actually accept and actually do, lest this supremely fall apart again.
I feel personally
No,
attacked
you
right
don't have
now.
to be. I'm just making fun of you. You really think I would have prepared something to say on this front, but we're gonna wing it. Alright, so you walk out of the inn, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, well-rested for once.
Some of us literally bushy-tailed.
I just knocked the pop filter off of my mic. That was a mistake. Oh, it's too long to replace. Alright, and you make your way east towards this man's forge, what you've been sent to, rough up a bit. It's you walk along a pretty worn path. Not exactly paved with stones or anything, but it's been traveled fairly enough that you kind of suspect that this is perhaps a small offshoot of the town. Like, it's not exactly a part of the town proper, but it's, some people go there eventually. Say a blacksmith, for example. And before you know it, you find yourselves just on the outskirts of a blacksmith's forge. Hold on. Where's all of you? Why did I not put all of you here? What's wrong with me?
I was about to say, I would say that I don't find myself here. Don't find myself
That's your next quest. You must find yourself. You must achieve inner peace, and only then will you actually appear at said forge.
I'm never getting there.
Yeah, that's probably going to be a wisdom roll, right?
Yeah, we're all good at that.
Alright. And you once again...
Oh, hey, maybe I am there.
Hey, what a coincidence. Not only do you find yourself there, you also find all of your companions there as well.
Ah, my inner oneness includes friends! Yay!
So you approach the forge as I attempt to put this pop filter back on without making too much rustling noise. It was successful.
Rustle, rustle, rustle.
Perfect. Nobody noticed a thing. So you find yourselves in, you walk up to the house, and as you're walking up, there's some trees and some bushes, some underbrush, kind of in your way there. And you see a man working at a forge, who, may or may not be a blacksmith. It's difficult to tell in these cases. And you see a dwarf, pretty sturdy looking, with a crossbow resting against the ground. Kind of maybe surveying the scene, maybe just taking a break, Resting up against a nice wooden house.
So are we still in the trees, or have we already come out of the trees?
If you want to keep walking, you can walk all you like.
Probably should maybe discuss what we're doing before we just...
Yeah, don't worry about it. We can say that any conversation you had as you were, walking up and approaching, over the river into the woods.
So, other than the dwarf and the guy at the forge, do we notice anything else unusual? Is there any sign of other people here, or heavy traffic, or anything suspicious or illegal looking?
Go ahead and make an investigation check. Alrighty. You can tell that the ground's a bit muddied, perhaps it rained recently, and you see a lot of footprints for just two people. Leading...
Well, he did just have a party.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Footprints leading to the house, leading off into the woods a little distance, and then a similar set of footprints coming back.
Have you ever been drunk in the woods before?
Honestly, no, I don't drink.
Well, never mind.
Take that! Got him.
Okay. So, I'm going to turn to my companions, kind of whisper quietly, trying to keep my voice down. So we're supposed to rough this guy up, right?
I mean, I think we could try being nice to begin with and see how it goes before we start being just outright rude.
Yeah, I'd rather not just punch blacksmith extraordinaire.
Let's not go murder-hobo on this shit.
Exactly. I mean, it looks like a nice place. Also, he's a crossbow.
Okay. Well, how do you want to approach then?
Okay, I'm totally metagaming, but if memory serves, Mullet Dude who's trying to get us to do this was evil. I don't think we want to be evil And
Yeah, I mean,
I'm really trying to rack my brain of what our last plan was.
my character is kind of building towards a crisis of conscience right now because
Gotcha.
he is good alignment. So if there's a greater good cause that he can attribute it to, he's willing to bend some. But lacking a greater lacking any sort of like greater good, he's gonna have a hard time being just outright mean or anything.
Right, and I don't run evil characters. I've definitely run more of a neutral right now, so it's more like just looking out for myself and Madine's character. Or what the heck are our characters' names, Liz?
I'm Elentia.
I see how it is. I mix up two characters' names and I get yelled at. You make up a character name out of nowhere, and hey, that's fine.
She was Madine in the beginning.
To be fair, that's also what your name says on Roll20.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, Madine's been my name for like a decade.
Touche.
Aha.
Got me there.
Shut down.
When I met her, I didn't know her real name.
Aww.
It's so cute.
I just knew her as Nadine.
What about N-Dog?
No.
Noted.
So, anyway, I think we're all kind of in alignment there then. Alignment.
We don't want to go full evil. So that means
Okay.
not joining evil organization, but instead being like double agents type thing.
Yep. I follow that.
I like it. We can totally juggle that. I trust us.
Okay. So, who do you want to talk to first? The dwarf or the forge master?
I say the Forge Master.
Okay, who's got a good pickup line?
What are we trying to get him to do again?
I don't know. Get some friendship bracelets.
We're horrible
fine.
players.
That's fine.
Dad, what are we doing?
In my notes, it says we're supposed to pressure him into supporting N, who is 5 houses from the inn, and he hosts parties on Saturday nights.
Yeah,
That's
I'm
what it
pretty
says
sure
on
one of
here.
you rolled insight or something back when you were talking to the mysterious mullet man. And, essentially, his task for you was to ensure that the blacksmith would make things for the organization. So, supposedly, swords, horseshoes, armor, that kind of a thing.
Okay. So we don't have a specific item. We just need his help for this organization in
Yes.
general.
I do have that in my notes. Why didn't I read them?
Notes.
It's right under my note about the short elf with long blonde hair that he keeps cut short.
I may or may not have had to go back and listen to that a couple times. It was a moment of weakness.
I loved it too. All right, so we gotta convince him to work for N. All right, let's just start with buttering him up and
Also
see where we
not
can go.
support, but do support, but we don't want to rough you up. Because we also don't want to support them, but we're kind of stuck.
And we kind of want you to support them. Yeah, we have some serious identity issues, I think.
We are in big trouble.
So, we're in charge here. I mean, not really, but figuratively.
Yes, figuratively, we are
We're
in
definitely
charge.
in charge of what happens here at the Forge.
Well, we're in charge of what we do here, not necessarily what happens.
Miche, you're in charge of your own mind and actions.
So, if we're all kind of having this crisis of conscience, should we try to
You say go back to the inn.
Fuck this, I'm out. We're disbanding.
You railroad us.
It's too much work. We'll just go back to the inn and call it a
Let's
day.
go play Let's play Settlers of Catan. Fuck this.
I mean,
No, I was thinking,
laughing.
if we're all having this crisis of conscience and we don't really want to work for this guy N, are we trying to like infiltrate N's group, right? That's our ultimate goal.
I think
Yeah.
so.
Okay. Well, as long as we're trying to infiltrate it and take him down from inside, I guess we can give it a shot, as long as we don't have to, rough the guy up too much or anything.
Yeah, I'm in on that for sure.
And if it gets to the point where we can't convince him to work with us a little bit so that we can move forward, we can always go back and just beat the crap out of N and see what he has to say. Right? That's an option.
Yeah, that's an option.
I like that, yeah.
Sounds solid.
I'm sensing more enthusiasm for the contingency plan.
Yeah, I think so.
Well, then we're and I'm imagining all this is taking place huddled in the bushes, hopefully out of earshot of these people.
Yeah, or again, just walking up to the forge. I mean, I'm not overly concerned about it.
Just like straight in front of him, like, okay, if they don't go with us, we can always beat up the mullet man.
Excuse me, sir, can you not listen to our conversation, please?
This is a private conversation, okay?
Party ears only.
This is an A-B conversation, so see your way out.
That was so middle school.
I know.
I like that. I'm definitely gonna use that.
All right, so do we need to take a vote on if we try to coerce this guy or if we go back and just play hardball with N, see what happens?
I think we subtly give this guy a warning and see if he'll agree to support us on working on infiltrating, because he might know something too.
True.
Yeah, we can always broach it as look, you don't want to work with these guys, but could you go along with it for a little while so that we can get some inside info and get some other stuff done, and...
Exactly.
Plus, it looks like he makes awesome guitar picks with eyes on them.
Yeah.
All right.
I really wish I'd actually use my background specialty to make us some false documents so we could be Burt Macklin FBI, something like
Janet Snakehole.
Yes! Okay, next time in the end, I'm going to work on that.
That's what Elizabeth wants to be for Halloween. Janet Snakehole and Burt Macklin.
I love it.
All right. Let's approach this guy and see what we can.
Be friendly.
Who's going to be our point man or woman?
I think.
Gray, do you want to be a point man? Point
I
cat?
think you're the charismatic one, so...
So basically,
I'm a rogue. I just wear black and
our
look
plan
menacing.
of infiltrating.
Were you not listening to our conversation, Chris?
Yeah, I know. I just don't want to go up there and decide we do something different.
I think that we are going to try to casually extract a little bit of information, see what this guy knows about N, and in the process, discreetly pass him a warning that N is looking for him or looking to work with him, and see if he might be open to working with us to help us. Not to say we're infiltrating their organization, but see if he's willing to go along with our plan so that we can continue going along with our infiltration.
Okay, that's going to be hard to say in words, but I'll do my best.
Okay, do you think you could do it in interpretive dance?
I was just going to say
My performance is just as strong.
I would prefer charades.
First word.
First word. Not evil.
Just do a halo. All right, that'll work.
Smile.
Nod your head a lot. Make very firm eye
Flash
contact.
a little bit of fangs.
Never
I'm
break.
sure my
eye
smile
contact.
is horrendous because I imagine the cat face, and any cat smiling is untrustworthy.
Okay, don't smile. New plan. Do not smile.
Neutral expression, man. 8 up.
Let your smile come from your voice.
It sounds like something a bard would
Paratum.
say.
People love that.
I'll offer my belly to scratch. That'll help.
Lay on the floor. Show your belly. Show submission.
Squint at him. It means you're comfortable around him.
I'll walk up with you.
Cat squad. And we'll just hide in the bushes. You guys are gonna do great.
Creepers.
Whatever.
Like I said, I'm a rogue.
I'm the bard who doesn't talk to people, so you know.
It's like
works.
the antisocial guy who's actually super good at art, but like too introverted to show anybody.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Like, I'll do some tarot card readings, maybe get a few coin, you know, a few gold pieces out of you, but I don't want to talk to you. Go away.
So,
Yeah, okay. So, yep, walking up to the smithy.
Alright. So you walk up to Mr. Smithman, Mr. Alfred Smith, and as he notices you, he kind of turns to you a bit shaky and goes, What do you want with me?
Oh, we're just here to talk. You doing alright?
I don't know what more I have to talk about. What more do people want from me?
Have you been threatened? Are you okay? Do I need to call the town guard?
He prepares some kind of response when the dwarf from over up near the house kind of strolls over to you, crossbow in hand, and goes, Hello, gentlemen. Is there any problem over here? Addressing the both of you.
No. Can I do an insight check
Go
on
for
it?
it.
while he insight checks, I'm going to step over to the dwarf. Nope, no problem here. Just talking to your friend here.
And Plains, what exactly would you like to insight about?
If he has any evil intentions towards either of us or the blacksmith.
Well, he's definitely gripping his crossbow, pretty tight, and he levels it at Stone, having just, hailed him as a nice old acquaintance, despite the fact that they've probably never met, or at the very least probably never had a meaningful bonding conversation. And he doesn't seem to be especially happy to see anyone kind of intruding upon his, his or the blacksmith's turf, as the saying goes. And he's going to say, quite frankly, to Stone, Listen, we don't need any of you fancy folk coming around here to just turn your tails around and head the other way.
I'd like to spread my hands kind of in a placating gesture. Whoa, we're not looking for any trouble. We're just here on business.
He seems to find that highly amusing as he as he kind of laughs to himself and shoulders his crossbow. On business, you say? Well then, I guess that's quite all right. And he backs away with his crossbow, not exactly at the ready. He kind of stows it as he backs away towards the house.
Okay.
I'm gonna kind of watch him go and turn and nod to you, but I'm going to continue keeping an eye on him while you talk.
Right. For the record, you see him walk into the house.
Okay.
Right. Go for it.
Okay, so are things okay here? He doesn't seem like your friend.
Listen, they've had me kidnapped here for weeks. Please take me with you. I don't know who you are, but it's got to be better than what they're doing to me.
Do you know who they are?
God, I have no idea. Just please take me with you, wherever you're going.
Well, it's your house. Do you know how many are in there?
God, there's 4 of them. And then as he says that, there's the door slams open to his house, and there emerge exactly 4 figures as soon as I can get them in the proper layer. Bam! Huzzah! So he's men alive. You see 4 figures kind of bust out of the house, led by Mr. Dwarf Crossbow Guy. And you notice what?
I was gonna say I'd like to inquire on their posture and demeanor.
They are all incredibly hostile. All of them have some manner of weapon in hand, and quite noticeably leveled at you.
All right. Sorry, go ahead. You were saying.
I wasn't saying much of anything.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I thought you had more. You had more description of what they were doing or what they were gonna say.
Oh, not really. But as soon as they bust out of the house, the blacksmith just kind of cowers in fear behind the forge. And it just mutters things like, "Oh, please, I'm sorry. Oh my god, don't hurt me." And he seems to be quite afraid of the whole situation.
I'm going to turn and face them, and since they've obviously got weapons and everything out, I'm going to go ahead and draw my rapier. And so the blacksmith went back there. But they haven't attacked or anything? Or are they just standing there?
They're currently walking towards you. It seemed difficult to illustrate that at the time, but they're like making their way towards you with some amount of haste. Dang it.
Okay. I'm going to move towards them, and as I step away from Menhir, I'm going to tell Menhir, go ahead and get him and head out of here.
Or we can just finish this real quick. There are 4 of us.
Take him alive! Sorry, I'm not there, but I want to comment
You're waiting
regardless.
for him. It's perfectly acceptable.
Yes!
I just want to close the distance to them and stop them from going closer to my friend. So I'm, as I approach them, do they continue to remain aggressive? Do they start to attack?
The guy in the middle, who seems to have a haircut that's, you know, business in the front, party in the back, if you understand what I mean. He kind of like raises his hand, and the other guys in his kind of party stop, and he walks up to you and says, my friend, this is even more simple than I would hoped it would be. Do you think we didn't recognize you from the mine incident? Stony Hollow stealing all of our gold. I think it's time we put an end to this. And he kind of snaps his fingers, and the other 3 guys burst into action. And you enter combat. I've got to give all these guys turns. Whoops. There. No. Dude. Sorry about this. It's always a chore to input their fucking rolls into Roll20. Nope.
No problem.
Perfect. Right. And it seems to be everybody. Nope. Descending. Opposite of what I just said. Alright. Now we got some proper music up in here, hopefully. Whoopsie. Alright. Perfect. And it seems Plains is the first to move.
Alrighty, I think I'm gonna start things off with Chaos Bolt. Let me cast it.
Right.
Okay, I'm kind of aiming at Mr. Mullet there for the center form.
17 to AC, that hits. Blah, blah, blah. Turning the type. Alright. And go ahead and roll me. Oh. Our target takes 2d8 plus 1d6. Choose one of the d8s. The number determines the damage type. So go ahead and give me a d8.
Okay, so 1 and a 5, so I'll do cold.
Alright. In that case, an icy blast emerges from your hand and strikes the center mulleted elf full on. And it seems to give him quite a few problems. It seems you've hurt him quite bad.
How did you get cold from a 1 and a 5?
I didn't want to say anything.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, it was acid. Yeah, just talk to
Yes.
Lee then.
I thought for a second that I was just losing my mind, but no, I got this.
Oh, no. Yeah, it's just Grayson being bad at reading some days.
I don't. It's tough to do math sometimes. I understand. Man, lost my train of thought. All right. So we hear the majestic sound of as Menhir-of-the-Plains coughs up a rather nasty hairball, and it lands directly on the Mr. Mullet Man.
Ah, crap.
And
Okay.
it oozes some kind of green slime around him that like hisses as it makes contact with his clothes.
I'm looking around, like, suddenly as I do it, see if anything happens, and nothing does.
Oh, lame. One of these days. Alright, anything else you would like to do?
I should be good with that.
Alright. So now, we go to one of their fighters' turn. This guy's wielding 2 daggers in his hand, and he runs up over to Stone, who's, fronting on him so fiercely. And he attempts to give you the old 1-2. Bam. I'm guessing a 14 does not get past armor.
You would be correct.
Right. Well, he attempts to give you the old 1-2, as it were, but you just barely manage to evade in time, and the blades hit nothing but air as you pirouette around him. And it is Stone's turn.
Alright, so, since I'm outnumbered and I'm trying to keep distance, for my friends that is, I'm not keeping my own distance, that's not a priority. I'm going to go ahead, I'd already drawn my rapier. I am going to go ahead and rage. And then with my rapier, I'm going to make 1 attack against the guy in the hat. Because the guy with the daggers, I know what... I have a feeling I know what he's doing. He's something I can handle, but I'm unsure about the guy in the hat. He's a wild card, and I want to hit him first.
Go for it. And by the guy in the hat, I assume you mean this red guy right here. Alright, perfect.
Yep.
Alright. You wind up and give him a stabbing to remember. As you get him right in the tummy area. And as you pull out the rapier, just a shower of blood comes out. And miraculously, you find him still alive. Just like clutching on to life with all of his might.
I don't like him clutching to life.
How'd you like to do it?
I'm going to go ahead and just slash across the throat really quick.
Alright. And
I'm not trying to do anything fancy. There's still 3 others. I just want to get it over with.
And so it ends in a red mist. There. Right. Anything else you'd like to do?
Nope. I think that will cover it for my turn.
Swag. Plop. It is now this guy's turn up here. And you see him holding a staff in his hand. Well, that really sucks for him, doesn't it? Alright. You see him raise his staff, and some manner of magical energy seems to pour forth from it. And you look around for a second, just scanning the environment. Go ahead and make an insight check. Just anyone who would like to see what he's doing.
Me?
Alright. Something may or may not have happened. Yeah, but don't worry about it. It's probably nothing. He's gonna look... He'll look around with a slightly worried expression on his face and begin to retreat back inside the house. He doesn't quite make it there, but he's, fumbling with the lock as he attempts to barricade himself in.
I mean, we can just set your house on fire, dude, so whatever.
It's not
Why
his
is it
house.
always fire, guys? Why?
How else are you going to destroy a wooden house? Come on. Right, and now it is Chantal's turn.
What up? Okay, so You know, I just like stabbing people. Let's do that.
Sounds good to me.
Says the bard.
Hey,
It's therapeutic.
shut up.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. It is fun. It's what my whole character's based around.
See, I too get to stab.
Yeah. Well, luckily, it seems like the crossbow isn't exactly the best defensive weapon in an up-close combat situation. And you managed to slice him good right across the leg area. And you see him limp slightly.
Nice. Yeah. Okay, and then I'm going to use my bonus action to give Stone and River some bardic
That sounds like a
inspiration.
plan.
Feel inspired already.
As you should.
Ability check everything. Alright, sweet. Anything else you'd like to do?
Not at this time, thank you.
Alright. Well, now it's Mr. Bowguy's turn. And it seems... he really does not like the fact that Stone just killed this man over here. So he's going to load up an arrow and attempts to fire it at him. Come here. Ooh, that's going to be a hit. Alright, so he fires it at you, and with the thwang of a bowstring, an arrow lodges itself in your leg and deals a blistering 4 points of piercing damage.
Which will be 2 with
correct.
rage.
Alrighty. And he sucked. And now it is Elentia's turn.
Alright, so I'm watching all this going on, and I'm gonna come up here to this guy with the crossbow, I believe. Alright, buttons, let's work here. And I'm gonna get him with my daggers. Like a dixie. Here is the left.
Alright. That one connects.
And the right.
Oh, not so much for that one.
Okay. Well, we got him with the left. And that's it.
Righto. And now we pass to planes.
I think I'm going to cast a firebolt at the crossbowman who's been hit
All
several
right.
times.
Well, you're gonna cast it at him.
Yeah, oh man. Yeah, you know, it probably hit the guys right in the ground.
Yeah, maybe. Well, with the intervening distance, he's able to see you raise your hands to some of the cosmic energy required to launch a firebolt. And he's able to dodge it out of the way before it reaches him.
Oh well, I'll have him next time. And that's all I
Alright.
can do.
Now it is Dagger Lad's turn, as he shall henceforth be known. And, seeing perhaps a better situation for himself, he's going to boogie on around Stone until he's right face to face with Elentia, and he's going to give her.
Wrong.
I got it wrong, didn't I? Chantal. There we go. 50%. It's been a while.
Wrong.
I'm gonna blame that. Does a 14 pass through armor?
Hang on.
It's in core stats. Like, top-ish of the page. Should be in a green box.
Shush. You didn't remember what my armor class was. Actually, I don't have any of my D&D books at home right
Oh.
now. I left them somewhere. Great, did I leave them at your house when I was DMing for you?
Yeah, you did.
Okay, cool. I wanted to make notes for my campaign, and I was like, where the heck did I leave my notebook?
Yeah, they're on the chair.
Cool. Well, there's that problem solved. I have a feat. I had the defensive duelist feat. If I could find it. I get to add my proficiency bonus to my AC. My AC right now is 13. What the heck's my proficiency bonus? 2! No, it does not. So total 15.
Perfect. Then you
Yeah.
managed to just parry the attacks off of your rapier.
Right here.
As I was getting there.
Yep. Right. First try.
Ooh, yeah. You managed to just barely deflect his attacks from rending your flesh asunder. Yeah.
Nice.
Now it is Stone and River's turn.
All right. So, I'm going to go ahead and step down since Chantal's working this one over pretty good. I'm going to see if I can help her out.
Ooh, help out you do. You deliver him a piercing blow right to the back, since he's, facing away from you.
All right. How does he look?
All things considered, not too bad. He doesn't appear to be physically disabled in any way, despite the numerous hits.
Yeah, I'm just gonna hit him again.
Sounds like a plan.
I just want him to look horrible. That's what I'm going for.
Alright. And that one also manages to connect. So now, this time you rake your claws across his back and sew some bloody furrows across it. And he's now swaying a little bit, as if from pain or blood loss or something. He appears to be looking quite the worse for the wear at the moment.
Alright.
That's how we like it.
That's all I've got. No, actually, I'm gonna step up here with the last of my movement.
It works for me. So now it is this guy's turn up here. And he is once again going to raise his staff and hopefully perform some kind of action this time. And... thanks, dude. This guy's been dynamite today. This time, sound like the chimes of heaven. Plains, to answer your question, I am not doing that, because I am stupid.
I'm typing a reply now.
You hear, like, some heavenly bells chime as he performs some incantation. And the guy that Stone just attacked seems to be doing just a little bit better. The blood's flowing just a little bit less than it was before. And with his mission somewhat complete right now, he is going to open up the door and retreat into the house. And with his meager task accomplished, it is now Chantal's turn.
Sweet. I'm gonna stick with my strength, and stabbing is my strength ring. Same dude that I tried to stab before.
And that guy is flanked, so you will have advantage.
Oh, true.
Perfect. Oh, good thing you had advantage. So he's looking in front of him at Elentia, looking behind him at Stone, and in this moment of confusion for him, you just managed to slip your blade in and give him an old gash across the forearm.
Okay, he's still up
is.
though. Okay, good. I just want to keep one of these host heads alive.
I mean, there is one of them inside the house, not being...
I was gonna burn the house down.
Well, that's fair.
No, it's probably wisest to keep the house standing. You never know what's in there.
Anything else you'd like to do?
I'm going to give Bardic Inspiration to Elentia.
That's just crazy enough to work. Alright.
In case you forgot what it looked like.
So now it is Mr. Bowguy's turn. And he's going to assess the situation. You know, look to his left, look to his right, stall for time as I roll a d6. And he is going to make the very wise decision to use his crossbow as kind of like a club of sorts. It appears that, you know, it's not the best idea to fire a crossbow at someone at point-blank range. Or, not point-blank, but like, too obstructively close. And he's going to try to whack a Chantal. And, what do you know? It turns out the crossbow isn't exactly the most effective weapon at close-range combat, And as he swings it over his head, he kind of stumbles and loses his balance a little bit, and it goes way wide. Couldn't hit the broadside of a barn with that stance.
Wasn't his best idea.
He didn't exactly plan on doing that today.
In fact, pretty terrible, actually.
And now it is Elentia's turn.
Excellent. So I'm assuming the crossbow guy is looking pretty rough right now.
Yeah, a little bit. It's not like he's on the brink of death, but he's not doing great.
Okay. Alright, well, I'm going to attack him with the left and right dagger.
Alright.
Again.
Wow, the 666.
That is awesome.
Well, your first swing manages to rake him right across the other leg, and the gash seems to be a bit deeper than the other one is. So now he's got 2 bad legs, one of them bleeding quite profusely. But he is still alive for the moment. And with your other attack, he manages to easily just duck out of the way of that one. Bless you.
Okay. Thank you, sorry. Now, if I don't remember, so if I don't move, do I get like any sort of extra like attack as a rogue? I don't remember.
No, I don't think so. Sorry.
Okay. I thought I did as a barbarian, I couldn't remember if I did as a rogue or not. Alright, that's all I got then.
Now it is Menhir-of-the-Plains' turn.
Alrighty, and that guy is still standing up.
Both of these guys are still alive.
Okay, in that case, I'm going to use my acid splash. I'm going to target the crossbowman mainly, then the other's going to splash on to guy down there who hasn't been hit too much. It makes saving throws at 13. Dex.
2 creatures within 5 feet. Both of them make a dex save. The bow guy fails. And the other guy fails even worse. Alright, perfect. 1d6 acid damage, right?
Yep, so it should be 4.
That guy takes that, and that guy takes that. So the acid splash hits the bow guy just full on. He seems to be covered in acid, and it just sizzles him like absolute crazy. It's a miracle to any of you that he still clings to life, and that is my phone. Let me silence that.
Thought we were changing the battle music.
I did too.
I was like, I don't know what this is, but it's fun.
Hey, yeah, we're playing Mario, guys. Woo!
Oh boy, Mario Brothers.
Death. Alright, so the crossbow guy is hanging on to a facsimile of life at this point, and the small wave of acid also splashes onto the dagger man, who he seems to also be doing pretty bad, but nowhere near as bad as his crossbowed companion.
Alrighty, and that's my turn.
Alright. That's over. And now it is the dagger dude. And, seeing his options are rather limited, he's going to turn back to stone. And give him the old 1-2 yet again. At least in theory. Okay, that's a d6. I don't know what the goddamn I was doing there.
That definitely won't hit, no matter what he rolls on it.
It makes a crit success way easier, though. 1 in 6 chance. Well, fortunately, even after God picks up the correct die, he still goes a bit wide. Perhaps the acid splashed in his eye a bit, and he's a bit discombobulated for the moment. And you're easily able to just step out of range of his wild slashes. And now it is Stone's turn.
Alright. I'm going to go after the dagger guy. And I'm going to go ahead and drift down here, even though I know I'm going to take an opportunity attack for that.
Oh, wow. How does a 17 fare against armor? Oh, wow.
That'll hit.
This guy's got like some kind of catch-up mechanics or something. So as you step away, he's going to, like, I don't know, feel your movements, I guess, at this point. You know, with skin sloughing off his bones and such. And he's going to fire a crossbow at you at point-blank range and deal 5 damage. So halved to 2 damage. Alright.
Got it. Now that I'm down here, I'm gonna go after Dagger Guy again because I'm a little bit concerned with him.
Sounds like a plan.
Damn. Oh, inspiration
Aha.
die.
Oh,
Haha.
perfect. So you turn what would be just a passing glance of an attack at him, and it changes into a rather devastating blow. How would you like to do it?
I would like to, as I step around, I'm gonna take the crossbow bolt in the back, and stagger a bit. But as I straighten up, I'm gonna lash out with the rapier and slash him across the throat.
Oh yeah. And another one gone.
And another one gone. Another one gone.
Ow.
I'm gonna go back up and go after this guy.
Alright, well that definitely succeeds. How do you like to do that one?
As I dart back over to him, I'm just gonna stab him through the eye in returning payment for the arrow.
He barely even shudders. It seems like he was mostly dead, just to begin with. But.
Alright.
Right.
And I think I still have movement left.
You certainly do.
So I went 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. With the rest of my movement, I'm going to walk to the door. And that's all I got.
Alright. And now, since I'm going to give you a spoiler, he's locked the door. And you are no longer in quite as imminent of danger, I'm going to go ahead and take you out of combat. At least for the moment. I'm going to keep up the turn order thing, but I won't hold you to the combat, the movement, or all that.
So pick me on the rogue. Let me look at the door.
Hey, pick the rogue! Pick the rogue!
That's going to turn that music off.
Yeah, and I'm gonna ask the blacksmith, hey, you have a spare key hidden outside?
That would make way too much
No,
sense.
they won't let me in the house. No, I don't have a key anymore.
I
Alright.
take out my thieves' tools and I'm gonna pick the lock.
Hey, you'll attempt to pick the lock. And, let's see. Go ahead and give me a sleight of hand check to pick the lock. And, Shunk.
Pick the lock.
And mind, I don't need to loot these guys.
We got loot in the house. With a deft flick of the wrist and a couple of deft movements, the lock just caves instantly with a satisfying clunk sound.
I mimic dropping the mic.
I'll allow it.
A pantomime to Stone and River to proceed into the house. After you, good sir.
Oh, sorry. I couldn't understand what you were saying. That was to me?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I will go ahead and step into the house.
Alright.
I am short on his heels.
Ba-da-ba-da. No, just let me go ahead and plop y'all in the house. Somehow, for some reason, I didn't anticipate on this happening. Ba-da-ba-da. I just kind of assumed that the house would not exactly survive this escapade. And I am pleasantly surprised.
Why would you assume
We didn't
that?
live a
Yes,
hobo for once.
you're right. I should have,
Yeah! No
Yeah,
property
you have to
I
damage.
should have a lot
place
more
down.
faith. And copy
No, you
that.
shouldn't.
I shouldn't. I just wanted to say that. Ba-da.
This is the exception, not the rule.
I mean, you're actually doing something, so it seems to be by far an exception at this rate. Got him!
Would it be okay if I made a check to look around outside, see if the guy's waiting for anything?
Absolutely. Go ahead and make an investigation. Seems about right. Okay. As far as you can tell, nothing really seems to be amiss. There's no, like, you haven't seen a bird fly past with a message or anything. He's not making smoke signals. To the best of your knowledge, you haven't really attracted any notice with all the commotion that's been going on. It's a slightly secluded place that you're in right now, so a couple of screams of pain wouldn't be noticed by anybody.
Oh, okay. And thinking back to like when he casts a spell, does it seem like he cast like a message spell or anything like that?
As a fellow spellcaster, it seems to you like it was an unsuccessful casting of a spell.
Ah, okay. I understand that feeling completely.
Alright. And now, into the house. You don't all actually have to be here, but it's just convenient for me to put you all in one place. So if you'd rather not be here, just like stay along the black border or something. Right. So, whoever does decide to enter the house, which could be all of you or it could be just a select group of you. I don't know, and honestly it's not very important to me. You find,
I'm just reading the table.
Oh,
The table you didn't have time
yeah,
to
that's
drop.
right.
That's right.
Well, it's
Oops.
fantastic. Anyways, go on.
It seems like a... What?
So,
Keep it
oh,
empty.
go ahead. Sorry.
It seems like a sparsely furnished, but a pretty nice place, all things considered. Like just a couple of beds stacked up on one side, but the craftsmanship and the sheets on the bed, it seems to be, quite good for such a remote house. A nice elaborate stone fireplace, fireplace set into the wall. Nice elaborate dining room table. Nicely carved and fitted wooden wardrobe. And on the far side of the house, you see the wizard, or just, the magic-using guy over there, fiddling with a safe right in front of him. And he's so intent on doing that, he appears to not have heard you enter the house yet.
I mean, he was with the group that attacked us, and I think I came through the door first, so I'm pretty sure that I would just 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I can reach him. So I'm like 99% sure that I would just run up and.
All right. Go for it. Hey, well, that has certainly got his attention. And you give him a stab right in the back, just like the idiom goes. And he gives a blood-curdling scream as he collapses to the floor.
He's dead twice.
I mean, he's not dead once. I don't know what the hell just happened there. I honestly don't know if that was me or not.
I didn't know you could stack those. And I think I would actually like to make that non-lethal damage since he's
not dead yet. He collapses to the floor in pain.
Oh, okay.
Not in death.
Okay. What about now?
Yeah, that'll do it. How'd you like to do that one?
Yeah, I'd like to make it non-lethal.
Alright. Then in that case, you give him a smack right up the head with the wonderfully rebuilt rapier handles that are now capable of doing non-lethal damage.
Alright. I stab him once and then bludgeon him into unconsciousness.
Alright. In that case, congratulations. That is the entire ambush so far. You've got 3 dead guys outside, and you've got 1 unconscious wizard all up here in the house.
Well, that's a fine head to do.
Stop this one.
I would like to take some rope and tie this guy up.
Yeah, I'd like to go talk to the blacksmith and see what else he can tell us about what the fuck just happened.
Alright, you do that and I'll take care of this guy.
So you leave the house with Stone tying up the wizard. So, I don't know. Good luck with that. Make sure it doesn't go anywhere. Stone's not here, pay him no heed. Perfect. And everyone else goes outside to find the blacksmith still cowering behind his forge.
Hey, at least he didn't run.
Hey, dude, you alright?
What's happening, please? I'm very confused.
We are too. how long have these guys been here living in your house?
Wait. It seems like he just now noticed what's going on, and he peeks up over his little setup he's got, and he notices the 3 guys bleeding out on his front lawn, and he goes, "You killed them?"
Yeah, they attacked us.
He throws himself upon the ground, bowing at your feet. "Oh, thank you so much, thank you. Oh, they've been here for weeks, forcing me day and night to forge them arms and armor."
Did they tell you who they were, or they just made you do stuff?
Who they were? They plundered my entire supply of steel and forced me to labor for them. They would. He takes off his apron that he's got on and shows his back, and you see just weeping scars all along it. They would lash me when I disobeyed, so it was just easier for me to agree to work for them. They didn't tell me what they needed it for. Every question just resulted in another lash.
What were you making? Anything specific, or just generic
Just
tools for
weapons, a small amount of armor, swords, axes. I'm not a woodsmith, but they made me work a few crude bows for them. And he stumbles over this way. The wizard there, he knows something of magic craft, and he would enchant some things that I made. So I made shields upon shields for them, and he enchanted one of them right here.
I walk over and look at the shield he's holding.
He spoke some strange words over it, and I sensed some kind of power. And I'm not a mage. I don't know what he's talking about, but it practically radiates with some kind of latent energy now.
Menhir, what's it look like to you?
I don't know. Can I make an Arcana check on it?
I was thinking of just, touching it, but you do that.
Dude, it's...
I'll let the spellcaster handle that.
It's magical
so
for
magic.
days. Just look. You can just look at the magic.
Interesting.
Look at the magic. It looks back at you.
Yeah, I just say, "Hello, friend," and I pick it up.
Yep, there it is.
Alright. Well, it definitely feels magical to you in some capacity. But at the moment, you're not, attuned enough with the magical world to determine exactly what it is this thing does.
Okay, yeah, this thing's pretty heavy. I don't know why I picked this up. I thought it might do something fun, but now I'm kind of lost interest, so someone else want it.
Oh my
Love it.
gosh, cat.
I've lost interest.
I'm gonna knock it off the table and walk away.
Meh.
Now that I'm outside, I went inside.
Yeah. I'll probably sit on it for a little bit, see if that helps.
This
See
is
if it's
how he
warm.
gets attuned? No, seriously, it's a magic process.
Yeah, I'll just hold on to it for 20 minutes or so, just sitting around looking.
Alright.
Well, I'm gonna go check their bodies, see if they have any sort of notes or directions on what the hell they were doing here.
Or money.
Maybe I'll take that too.
Alright.
You want investigation?
Sure. Oh, alright.
I don't check their bodies very well.
One of them's had acid splashed on them, and they've all got a significant number of puncture wounds and such, so it's probably not very surprising. But you take...
They're well ventilated.
All of them seem to have quite phenomenally crafted weapons, so you find 2 daggers, 1 crossbow, and let's say just a standard sword. But all of quite impressive make. Freshly folded steel, no dents, scratches, no rust or anything.
I look at the blacksmith. You make these?
Yes, they their first request was to arm them.
These are nice. You do good work.
Thank you. Right, and aside from that, their clothes seem to be in pretty terrible shape, all things considered. You know, filled with stab wounds and acid damage and whatnot.
Can't figure out why.
Other than that, just a couple of other random, you know, knickknacks and things. Badly scorched armor, which, once again, similar thing with the clothes, just full of too many holes and rends to really be useful anymore.
Any coins?
Searching their pockets, you find a nice hefty 18 gold pieces.
I pick up the daggers and the gold pieces. I hand the gold pieces to the blacksmith. Here, these are yours. I'm keeping the daggers, though.
He looks at you with wide eyes and says, "Oh, why, thank you so much." So none of you are with these men?
No.
No.
Oh. Do you know what it is they wanted of me? Why were you here to save me?
We thought we were here to convince you to keep making stuff like you were doing, but obviously this was a trap set for us.
Who would have told you to do that? These...
Another member of this organization.
What was it? Him? And he points to this elven man with a sweet blonde mullet. He seems to be the leader. He would bark orders to the others, and they would rush to fulfill them.
Is it the same guy? I don't remember.
Go ahead and make an investigation. Seems about right. See if we can tell what his face looked like before it got just filled with puncture wounds. It does, in fact, look to be the same elf with a blonde mullet.
Yep, that's him.
That's... so, I guess they just wanted you out of the picture to lure you into some kind of a trap.
Apparently.
But 2 weeks ago, these men, they stormed into my house while my wife and children were off visiting her sister, who's ailing at the moment. They threw out most of my things. They forced me to work steel for them. They were interested in this process that I've been perfecting recently. The weapons I made for them, they weren't just common everyday steel. Here, take a look. And he walks kind of behind his forge and cracks open one of the barrels that he keeps right next to it. This is what a barrel looks like, by the way. He pops the lid off, and it's just full of silver. Just like a raw, unrefined silver ore. Before these men came to get me, I've been investigating with this process of combining silver in with steel to make a weapon that shone beautifully, and it had the somewhat magical properties of silver, but yet it was as strong as, any steel weapon you could find. And these men, they must have heard about it somehow, and so forced me to make my silvered weapons for them.
Interesting.
So, but please, is there anything I could do to repay you for saving me, for freeing me from the tyranny of these men?
I'm good.
You don't want magical daggers?
And I got these ones he made right here.
I think I'm still inside, so I'm not supposed to participate in this. Sorry.
Yeah, man. Not participating in this.
I'll request the shield I'm sitting on.
Oh, please, by all means. It's the least I could do.
I'll kind of like rock back and forth on it while I'm talking.
Oh, good lord.
Please, I'm sure you all must be tired after such exertion. If you need to stay the day, stay the night. Please, my house is yours.
Are your wife and children, are they still at your relative's house?
Yes, her sister had fallen ill the last month or so, and just a few days before these men came to abduct me, my wife and children left to Ellensvout. She has a sister there to care for her in her time of troubles.
That's convenient.
Man,
Yeah.
almost like it was written by somebody else. You know what they say, truth is stranger than fiction, so I've heard. Except me.
Well, I'm glad they weren't home with getting involved in all of this.
I can only assume they didn't want to cause any trouble or risk anyone else escaping.
So do we want to hang out here just in case more people don't come for him? Make sure he's safe on his way to Ellensvale and interrogate the wizard?
Yep.
Yeah, sounds like
Sweet.
a plan.
I love it when a plan comes together.
Righto. Please, right this way. And he leads you inside. Let's copy him. Now I'm glad I put everyone in the house. I'm a genius.
Yay!
I'm sure at this point I've got the guy tied
Yeah.
up.
There's got to be something for tied up here. Oh, there's a net. Boom. Tied up. Alright.
Now that he's tied up, I'd like to search this bookcase over here, or wardrobe, whatever it is.
Go for it. Make an investigation. Seem to be doing just a shitload of those today. Man. A lot of clothes. You suspect it might be a wardrobe of some kind designed to hold clothes. And just...
It could also be a bookcase, though. We don't know for sure.
It could be, but unless the books look a lot like clothes, then that's definitely not what it is.
I'm suspicious.
Well... That's
You're
a
a cat. It's a dresser. Drop it.
I don't understand these clothes. My tabaxi instincts rebel against this.
Alright, I'll drop it. I'll let them do the searching.
Well, the blacksmith walks into his house and says, most of these things were here just before they arrived, but all of the magical whatnot that's over there in the corner. And he waves to where the perfectly drawn alchemy table lies. They brought that and all of their magical supplies, and the safe isn't mine either. They brought that as well.
Oh, I'm cracking the safe. Breaking up my lockpick, and I go up to the safe, see if I can get it open.
Please, anything you'd like to do, you're free to do it. And speaking of which, that is... You are well practiced at this point with breaking into not only doors, but also safes. And the door just slides open on oiled hinges. It might as well just not have been locked in the first place. Oops.
You're welcome. What do I find inside?
Inside, you find a nice, tidy sum of gold. Let's say, like 80 gold pieces.
Nice.
You find this weird mask thing that looks like a rainbow-colored Mardi Gras mask. Like, very intricately made with lace and beads and, looks very, very festive. And along with it...
Cool. There you go, Chantal.
And along with it, you find a note. Which I shall put into all of y'all's journals immediately.
I forgot we have journals.
Perfect.
The invoice.
Wait, Settlers of Catan building costs? Why is this
Oh.
here?
I'll give you one guess why that's there.
Did you guys play Settlers of Catan last week?
No.
No, we thought about it though.
Oh my gosh,
Not
this is
only did you
wonderful.
think about it, but that is a possibility.
Oh my gosh!
Shiny object.
Yeah, so that's
This
my
is
backup plan
awesome.
in case there's only 3 people. Is probably settles.
Well, next week, if you guys still want to, do things, I'm not going to be here.
Listen. Salute.
Thank you. So this looks like a list of things they needed. They said there's a usual location. Do you know what that was? Asking the blacksmith.
Well, they never really spoke to me about such things, They're mostly kept to themselves. But I did overhear them one day say, one of them said something about the Rotten Tooth Inn, which that's an inn over in Ellensveld. Quite popular back when I was a bachelor and I lived there. And the leader,
Got it.
as soon as his underling let it slip, the leader just silenced him right away. So it seems to be important somehow.
Got it.
It's like they're arming a small militia, gee.
I'm telling you, I've been here for weeks. My arms are sore. Not the reason they're usually sore.
I show everybody the note that I just read and divide up the 80 gold pieces between us, 20 each. Menhir, you make anything out of that alchemy table?
I don't know. I can roll and check.
All right.
You have a magic one, so...
Go ahead and roll me up another investigation. Investigation the game. Alright. It's kind of tough to make heads or tails of it. It seems like whoever was using it had some kind of a unique thought process behind what they were doing. But giving everything a cautious smell and looking at all of the potions and poultices and whatever else carefully, you managed to determine that there's at least 2 potions of standard healing in there, among all of the other various bottles and things that you're not entirely sure of what they are.
Okay. I always taught this in sorcery school, which I attended and got full rank sword. But you're supposed to mix everything left, then drink it.
No.
Sounds right to me.
Come on, you're a bard. You have to drink it.
No! Why does the bard have to drink that?
Hey, the man has a point.
Am I the party bard? Woo!
Chug,
She's the woo bar.
chug, chug, chug.
But yeah, I'll give the 2 potions of healing to our fighters.
And as you're distributing out the health potions, the tied up wizard over there in the corner kind of comes to and starts trying to shake loose of his bonds.
Ooh, yay, torture time.
He notices you walking up to him, and he says to Chantal, "I'm not telling you nothing."
Yeah, you say that now.
I'm gonna walk over and stand behind him, so he has to either look at her or look at me, but can't do both.
Right, well, he continues to stare at Chantal.
I'll just nod to her.
Sweet. I got backup. You got the muscles.
I stand menacingly, pretending to sharpen my daggers.
I love it. So I know it's cliche, but there's an easy way and there's a hard way. The easy way is you tell me what I want to know. The hard way is my companion back there breaks all your fingers and toes, and then I heal them, and he does it again.
I'm
going to lean down, and I'm going to put my paws, I guess I would say, on his shoulders and squeeze his shoulders and go ahead and let my claws come out a little bit. Magnus, hush! You're ruining the moment.
I want to put my paws on him. You mean like this?
So yeah,
I love Magnus Theater.
I want to unsheath my claws and kind of. Would you stop? You're ridiculous.
We need a dog companion.
I'm gonna have to go ranger and get a dog companion.
Yay!
He's an Australian Shepherd. His special ability is whining like an annoying little puppy.
Puppy buddy.
So yeah, I'm hopefully going to give her a hand with her interrogation.
Ooh, already then. Oh my god. Yeah, I guess this guy must be like some kind of seasoned interrogatee. He barely flinches at your claws, kind of digging slightly into his shoulder.
Wow.
That's fine. We have other ways. Hey, Plains, why don't you make something up for our friend here?
Cocktails.
Yeah, I've just been like sniffing everything really deeply.
You're gonna get high off the fumes.
Have I noticed like acids or anything
any
like
what?
that? Acids. Or anything?
Huh, let's see. Ooh. You notice one bottle that it even on a small sniff, it like assails your nostrils, like it's trying to burn a hole right through them.
Okay, yeah, I'll pick that one up and bring it over to him.
All right, go for it.
Hey, you want to sniff of this?
He kind of turns to look at you insolently, and he just doesn't say anything.
It's real good, and I'll hold it right up to his face.
No, he kind of like gives an involuntary like shuddering, ruining his calm facade for just a second, and then he puts up just the still mask back on.
Well, should we pour it on him, see if that makes him talk, or are we not doing that far yet?
Not yet, not yet. I mean, we're only level 2. We can mess them up in very special ways, but not in any good ways. Oh, I wish I could destroy memories.
I mean, I'll tighten my grip on my rapiers, looking at the reinforced hilts. We can destroy memories.
True.
It's not very precise.
Flintstone method.
And it's usually not reversible.
Have we pat down this guy yet? See if he has anything on him.
I don't know.
It's a good point.
You want to go ahead and mildly molest him?
Yeah, his stuff is mine. I'm a cat.
Meow.
I think that's the most cat thought that's ever existed. Right. Well, so I won't even make you do an investigation this time because he's, tied up. Not exactly going anywhere. You find another small amount of gold on him, maybe 4 gold pieces just in his pockets. And the staff that he's carrying, it just seems to be, a solid beam of yew wood. And with the robes he's got on him, you find maybe a component pouch. But other than that, just the clothes on his back and a couple of gold. No valuable intelligence or anything.
Yeah, okay. I'll take the robe too.
Well, he's bound at the hands. So that might be a bit complicated.
I
Sleep
don't
is
care for
fine.
rips.
Come again?
I don't care for rips. I mean, it's just going to cover the shield.
Alright. You managed to now strip him down to his underwear. I guess you have to tear the fabric off, or just, like, remove the sleeves. And, congratulations. Hopefully there's some kind of naked symbol up here. So I guess you've got a pretty shredded robe. Bam.
Yeah.
Close enough. He's so white that it glows. I can relate.
I was about to say, he does not tan.
Now, is he suffering from mild embarrassment?
I don't know. Let me see.
Maybe if like Elentia looked down and we both laugh. I don't know.
We both look down and laugh and point.
No. You just let out a small. Like not.
Yes, that's always more
Yeah,
effective.
just something. Sometimes less is more, and he seems to be now a bit put off that you've removed his clothes. Like he doesn't appear quite so stone-faced anymore.
Yeah. See, easy way, hard way, embarrassing way. We're now into the embarrassing.
This could have gone a lot easier, but no.
No, we had to have the cat strip you. So, names, details, what's going on? Tell me. I can get a lot more obnoxious.
We can vaguely annoy you way more than this.
That's so true. Let me just keep spamming vicious mockery.
This awkward situation can last for a long time. We have
I
nothing
brought
to
snacks.
Alright. Unfortunately, this is where I'm gonna have to drop the bomb on you guys that I've got to leave early tonight. It was a family function just came up like earlier today, and I didn't want to break your hearts with less D&D. But I've got to put on a nice shirt, put on some shoes, and go celebrate my aunt's birthday.
Don't forget your pants.
I've already got pants, thank you. I'm not
Those
this
are
wizard
optional.
guy.
Hey, I just want to remind you, in case you're strolling out the door.
Alright, so I'm very sorry. The session's gonna have to end here today.
You're okay.
Spend the next couple days thinking of what you'll want to ask this guy, what you're gonna interrogate him about. I've got to run out the door.
Favorite color?
Favorite robe. Oh, wait.
Oh,
Good job today, guys. Sorry for the abrupt ending, but I've got a motor.
it's cool.
And,
Yeah, not a problem. And
no,
thanks for DMing.
please. It's not a problem. And, we'll say that with the, just, quite frankly, astounding bout of, heroics, go ahead and level up to level 3.
Yay!
Man.
Yeah, we're getting somewhere.
Now I'm excited.
Right.
Getting my book out.
Oh, wait, I can't get my
wait a
book
minute.
out.
I've got a slight solution for that. Boys Handbook. Boom!
What?
Let me get a shareable link for this. Copy the link,
I did.
and bam! Player's Handbook.
I don't see anything. I don't know what's happening, guys.
Ba-doop.
Oh, okay.
Oh, nice.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go level up. Ha ha ha.
That sounds just daring enough to work.
Dun dun dun.
Have a good night, then.
Right. Have a good night yourself.
Good night,
Don't tell me
everyone.
what to do. I'm the master of your fate.
Have a night.
You don't know. Maybe I'll just sleep through it and I won't notice the night. Take that.
Inspiring.
You know what they say.
Sleep well. Ha!
Maybe I won't sleep. How about that? You're not my mom. You can't tell me what to do.
They're gonna have a night. I am basically the mom of this group.
Maybe I'll just turn on all of the lights so it feels like daytime to me.
Not quite as much as when we were all known.
True.
But
That's very
still,
true.
yeah.
I don't know. It just comes naturally. Ugh. Anyways, before it gets any weirder, I'm gonna motor. Have a
Yeah,
good week, guys.
So y'all,
See ya.
most of you next week. And once again, if you want to do some D&D, I'll have some D&D prepared. If you want to do Settlers of Catan, I'll have Settlers of Catan just prepared. And enjoy the week.
Yeah, I mean, if Kim's gonna be gone, we can play Sidlers or something.
Alright, that works for me. It would be kind of hard to shoehorn in some other D&D in between interrogating this guy. That'd be a challenge.
Right. Yeah, no, I'm fine with something like that.
Sweet. So enjoy the week, and I'll see y'all in 7 days.
Yep, how
Alright,
about
see
your
ya.
family?
Yeah, bye.
See you then.